Part 1, Introduction to the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount is one of the most well-known and important teachings of Jesus Christ. It is found in the Gospel of Matthew chapters 5 to 7, and it is considered to be one of the most significant passages of the New Testament. The sermon is a collection of teachings, parables, and practical advice that Jesus gave to his disciples and a large crowd of people who had gathered to hear him speak. The sermon is renowned for its emphasis on ethical and moral living, and for its call to follow the teachings of Jesus. Part 2, Overview of the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount is divided into three main sections, each of which contains important teachings and messages. The first section, found in Matthew chapter 5, is known as the Beatitudes. This section contains 9 blessings that Jesus gave to the people who were gathered to hear him speak. These blessings are a call to a humble and selfless way of living, and they are considered to be one of the most powerful teachings of Jesus. The second section of the sermon is found in Matthew chapter 6 and deals with issues related to prayer, fasting, and giving. Jesus teaches his disciples to pray in secret, and not to pray in public for the sake of show. He also emphasizes the importance of fasting and giving to the poor, but again stresses the importance of doing these things in secret, without seeking praise or recognition. The third section of the sermon is found in Matthew chapter 7, and it contains important teachings about judging others, asking for things, and the importance of putting Jesus' teachings into practice. In this section, Jesus emphasizes the importance of treating others with kindness and respect, and warns against hypocrisy and self-righteousness. Part 3, Analysis of the Beatitudes. The Beatitudes, found in Matthew chapter 5, are one of the most famous sections of the Sermon on the Mount. In these 9 statements, Jesus outlines the characteristics of a blessed life, and calls on his followers to live according to these principles. The Beatitudes are as follows. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Each of these Beatitudes teaches an important lesson about the nature of God's blessings and the kind of life that Jesus expects his followers to live. They emphasize humility, selflessness, compassion, and a desire for righteousness. They also promise great rewards for those who live according to these principles. Part 4, Practical Applications of the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount contains many practical teachings and advice that are still relevant and important today. Some of these teachings include the importance of treating others with kindness and respect, even when they do not deserve it. The importance of forgiveness, even in the face of great wrongdoing. The importance of honesty and integrity in all areas of life. The importance of putting God and his will first, and seeking his guidance in all things. The importance of not judging others, and instead focusing on one's own faults and shortcomings. The importance of serving others and being a peacemaker, even in the midst of conflict. The importance of living a simple and contented life, without being attached to material possessions. These teachings offer practical guidance for living a life that is in line with the teachings of Jesus. They emphasize the importance of a deep and genuine faith, and encourage believers to live out their faith in practical ways. They also offer a countercultural message that challenges the values and priorities of our society. Part 5, Modern-Day Impact. The teachings of the Sermon on the Mount continue to have a significant impact on modern society. While many of these teachings may seem countercultural, they offer a powerful and transformative message that can help us to live lives that are in line with the teachings of Jesus. One example of the impact of the Sermon on the Mount can be seen in the modern-day peace movement. The teachings on peacemaking and forgiveness have inspired many to work towards peace and reconciliation in areas of conflict around the world. The message of the Beatitudes, which emphasizes compassion and a desire for righteousness, has also inspired many social justice movements that seek to bring about positive change in society. The teachings on simplicity and contentment have also had an impact on modern-day living. The message of not being attached to material possessions has inspired many people to embrace a simpler and more sustainable lifestyle, and to be content with less. This has led to a growing movement towards minimalism and intentional living, as people seek to live more meaningful and fulfilling lives. In addition, the teachings on prayer and fasting continue to have an impact on modern-day spirituality. Many Christians still practice fasting and seek to deepen their prayer life, in accordance with the teachings of Jesus. These practices can help to deepen one's relationship with God, and can bring about a sense of peace and clarity in one's life. Overall, the Sermon on the Mount continues to be a powerful and relevant teaching for modern-day believers. Its teachings offer guidance and direction for living a life that is in line with the teachings of Jesus, and can help to bring about positive change in the world. As we seek to put these teachings into practice in our own lives, may we be empowered by the Holy Spirit to live lives of faith, love, and service to others. Part 6, Conclusion. The Sermon on the Mount is a powerful and transformative teaching that offers guidance and direction for living a life that is pleasing to God. Its teachings on humility, compassion, forgiveness, and righteousness have inspired generations of believers to live lives of faith and service. While the teachings of the Sermon on the Mount can be challenging and difficult to live out, they offer a profound and life-changing vision for what it means to follow Jesus. As we seek to put these teachings into practice, may we be empowered by the Holy Spirit to live lives of faith, love, and service to others.